Florida Keys, America's southernmost island chain. Travel with us for an insider's tour of this addictive, somewhat quirky subtropical paradise. And Chef Justin's cooking. Join us in the kitchen for how to prepare succulent Florida spiny lobster caught fresh in the Florida Keys.
You knocked it out of the park. Absolutely gorgeous presentation.
All this and more on How to Do Florida.
Woohoo! Today on the show, we head south on the Overseas Highway as we take you on the ultimate road trip, because we're showing you how to do the Florida Keys. We'll travel southwest on US 1, stopping in Key Largo, Islamorada, Marathon, Big Pine Key, and finally, Key West. First up, we're headed to Key Largo. You know, the number one attraction here in the Florida Keys are its reefs. In fact, no other reef system in the world has more visitors, viewers, and watchers than the Florida Keys reef system. And scientists in the Florida Keys are working to maintain coral reefs for future generations. An innovative program to nurture and plant farm-raised coral has been developed by Key Largo's Coral Restoration Foundation, giving hope to reefs around the world. The Coral Restoration Foundation invites volunteers with dive experience to plant coral onto struggling reefs. This groundbreaking program was developed right here in our Florida Keys. The Coral Restoration founder is Ken Niedermeyer. To say Ken is a pioneer environmentalist is an understatement. In 2001, Ken began developing a systematic method for growing corals in an offshore nursery. Ken, along with his eager volunteers, have revitalized reefs by planting thousands of young corals throughout the Florida Keys. You can find more marine life encounters in Key Largo at the world-famous John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park, America's first designated underwater sea reserve. Snorkeling and scuba tours, along with glass-bottom boats, give visitors a chance to view this spectacular submerged sanctuary and behold the breathtaking Christ of the Abyss. All told, there's an entire underwater world that awaits exploration in the Florida Keys. Welcome to Islamorada. Chartering a boat with an experienced captain is one of the best ways to ensure an unforgettable fishing experience. And if you love fishing, well, welcome to heaven. Islamorada in the Upper Keys is considered the sport fishing capital of the world. Hundreds of charter captains make Islamorada their home, and you can easily book a fishing trip with one of these expert guides. We asked veteran Florida Keys fishing captain Richard Stanzik, a 37-year Islamorada resident, to show us all we need to know about chartering an offshore fishing boat.
These boats are basically licensed for 6 passengers, and of course we do have multi-passenger boats as well. But you know, something really enjoyable about fishing, sport fishing, is the fact that young children, mom and dad, grandpa, everybody can participate in this, and you know, it doesn't require any level of expertise.
But hold on now. You don't want to put grandma and the kids on just any old boat. You need to plan ahead and do some homework before you take that family trip.
The number one suggestion is to go with an old established place, somebody who's been here a while. If you know people who can reference other people, in other words, they've been out with them before, and get a recommendation, that's going to help you as well.
What can they expect to catch?
You know, in Islamorada, something's biting all 365 days a year. Like in the winter, sailfish are definitely here from November right on through May. Come out in the summer, you're going to be looking for mahi-mahi or dorado. Up and down our reef line in the wintertime, we catch cobias, kingfish, yellowtails, mutton snappers, African pompanos, amberjacks. Just about anything you want to catch can be caught during that time of the year. And in the summer, further offshore, a lot of tunas and amberjacks around the humps. So everything's seasonal, but something's always biting.
When you're in Islamorada, a must-see is the History of Diving Museum. Dive equipment through the ages has been beautifully preserved and displayed to help tell the story of man's quest to conquer the ocean's deep. One of my favorite things about the History of Diving Museum?
The helium bar. Man.
Islamorada is not only the sport fishing capital of the world, but it has become an epicenter for weddings. People worldwide travel here to combine tropical and traditional wedding ceremonies into a memorable experience. Well, we've arrived in Marathon, a 16-mile group of absolutely spectacular islands here in the Florida Keys. Just below the water's surface, fields of coral, alive with life and color, are just waiting to be explored. But for the average snorkeler, this spectacular undersea world can only be viewed from up above. The Keys are a great place to learn to become certified for scuba diving. But if you're not certified, there's another way to explore the undersea world. Take the simplicity of snorkeling and combine it with the experience of breathing underwater, and you've got Snuba. Instead of having tanks of air strapped to your back, swimmers get their air through long hoses connected to tanks on a pontoon raft at the surface. This is way beyond snorkeling. It's basically scuba diving on a leash.
1, 2, 3, go!
The visibility was amazing, which allowed me to fully take in the rainbow of colorful sea life on Canyon Reef. I've been a certified scuba diver since I was 18 years old. Snuba offered a new sensation I really loved: freedom. With Snuba, you get the best of both worlds. You get the bottom time of scuba with the ease of snorkeling. I found I was able to react and move in a way that made me feel truly a part of the marine environment around me. I'm loving this Snuba thing.
Coming up next, we're following the trade winds as we head south to the pristine island cluster of Big Pine Key and the Lower Keys. We're showing you how to do snorkeling in the natural keys with the Crawford family. Then we'll head out to a nautical burial ground to discover a sunken ship. Yep, we'll show you how to go wreck diving off Key West. And still to come, one of the most mouth-watering fresh catch of the Keys, the Florida spiny lobster. Chef Justin shows us how to prepare this succulent Florida favorite.
You knocked it out of the park. Absolutely gorgeous presentation.
You are watching How to Do Florida. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Take it in, the wide open spaces of Big Pine Key in the Lower Keys. Looking around, it's clear why they call this the Natural Keys. You won't find crowds here or in any of the Lower Keys, just pristine backcountry filled with beautiful wildlife like great white herons and the tiny key deer. The tranquil waters of the Lower Florida Keys is an excellent locale for exploring nature by kayak. The quiet, shallow backwater region of the flats and mangrove forest is largely untraveled, unspoiled, and teeming with fascinating plant and animal life. While kayaking, you'll see one of the world's most diverse marine life ecosystems. The Lower Florida Keys are also known for beautiful, laid-back beaches, where the snorkeling is amazing. In fact, Sandspur Beach at Bahia Honda State Park, near Big Pine Key in the Lower Keys, has been repeatedly voted one of America's best beaches. So much of what Big Pine Key in the Lower Keys has to offer is underwater. Just off the beach is direct access to beautiful reefs alive with colorful fish and coral, just waiting to be explored. I figured, what better place to go snorkeling with my family? Just 6 miles offshore is Lou Key Reef, named after the HMS Lou, which ran aground in the Key in 1744. Lou Key Reef is part of the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. Here was the ultimate snorkeling experience, floating along, observing the colorful world beneath you and escaping from the realities of life above you. I've done my share of scuba diving all over the world, but I can't remember the last time I've seen so many varieties of fish in one place. It was so special to be able to share this incredible experience with my family. Not if, but when you make it to the Keys, you gotta check out the magnificent reefs that surround this gorgeous area. These precious coral reefs are one of the most biological diverse ecosystems on this planet, rivaled only by tropical rainforests. Many conservationists have spent countless hours dedicating their time to keep these delicate reefs thriving, not only for the thousands of unique wildlife that depend on it, but for future generations that will hopefully continue to enjoy and appreciate this rare beauty.
Well, we are on the world-famous Duval Street, which means one thing: we're in Key West. And believe me, this place is a carnival of sights and sounds.
If you're looking for a getaway that's exotic and unique, then look no more. Key West is full of character and characters.
Hey, here's a nugget for your noodle. Did you know in the mid-1800s, Key West was considered one of the richest cities in the country? And it was all due to a startup industry, wrecking.
Take a stroll down the world-famous Duval Street. You'll find restaurants, bars, and art galleries. This is a city where chickens roam and poets run free. And at dusk, everyone gathers for the sunset celebration. Mostly known for fishing, water sports, and its gorgeous historic sites. Key West is also known for its spectacular wreck diving. While some wrecks fell to bad weather or poor navigation, others were sunken purposely to create artificial reefs. For the past 30 years, Florida has developed one of the largest artificial reef programs in the world. Some of them lie along the Florida Keys Shipwreck Heritage Trail, stretching from Key Largo all the way to Key West. Divers in the Keys can find everything from 18th century Spanish shipwreck sites to the wrecks of modern military ships. The latest addition to the shipwreck trail, the USNS Vandenberg. This retired U.S. Air Force missile tracking ship was intentionally sunk off the coast of Key West in May of 2009. The USNS Vandenberg is now the second largest artificial reef in the world. Since this ship is so massive, the superstructure is only 45 feet below the surface, making it an easy, accessible dive. Keep in mind, wreck diving is definitely for experienced divers. After reviewing our dive plan, we began our descent, heading across the currents with the aid of a mooring line. After just a few minutes, the radar dishes on the main deck seemed to appear out of nowhere. The sheer magnitude of the superstructure was amazing, but it was the abundance of fish, coral, and plants in and around the Vandenberg that was so spectacular.
Coming up next, it's a culinary Florida Keys masterpiece.
Today we got a fun recipe, Florida lobster and sweet pepper stir fry.
And still to come, from mammoth lobsters to literary legends, we'll explore the Florida Keys to uncover their unique style of art and culture.
You're watching How to Do Florida?
And we'll be right back.
Chef, what have you done to this lobster?
Chad, I don't know if your taste buds are going to be able to handle this, but what we have here is a Florida spiny lobster stir fry with sweet peppers.
Well, Chef, I must say, this is a little nostalgic. Very first season, first episode, we were working with the beautiful Florida spiny lobster. Here we are, 5 seasons later, and we're full circle, back at it.
Wow, 5 seasons.
5 seasons.
I can't even believe it.
Anyway, all that aside, we're working with the Florida spiny lobster today, Chef.
Yes.
What are we doing?
I'm excited. Today we got a fun recipe, Florida lobster and sweet pepper stir fry.
Stir fry?
Yes. First, we need to get our lobster prepared. So we got our lobster tails here. These are about 6-ounce lobster tails. So now I'm gonna go ahead and separate the meat from the shell and cut it in the right size for our stir fry. I'm just gonna crack it down, open it up.
Oh, while you're doing that, let me just say that we are at the Versace Shrimp Company here on Tampa Shrimp Docks. Absolutely gorgeous out here. We got shrimp boats behind us. This is where the magic happens. These guys go out here 25 to 30 days at a time. They go out looking for shrimp, coming back, bringing them here, distributing them all over Florida and all over the United States. This is what a great setting.
It is perfect.
For us to cook Florida seafood.
It is. All right, so I've got my lobster meat out of the shell. I'm just gonna cut it into kind of bite-sized pieces.
These were frozen, right? And it's okay to get frozen ones and you thawed them out?
Yeah, very, very rarely do you actually see live spiny lobsters at the seafood store. So you're most likely gonna get them frozen. And you wanna buy them when they're vacuum packed is really the best way to buy them.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a little bit of cornstarch here. It's been seasoned just with a little bit of salt. I have my pan nice and hot. This is over medium-high heat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some oil in my pan. And now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and just kind of dredge these lightly in this cornstarch. I just don't want them coated too crazy much.
It's not a true coat, it's more of a spackle.
Spackle.
I don't know, maybe not. Move these guys around a little bit.
Yeah. Not too much though.
You wanna leave them?
Yeah, let them get crisp on the side.
See how I've spaced these out perfectly?
Yes, it looks good. Nice even distribution for nice even cooking.
Perfect.
I like it, I like it.
You just messed it all up.
I did right off the bat.
Oh well.
Okay, now I'm gonna kind of move these to the outside of the pan where the cooking's a little less.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my sweet peppers. They're Florida sweet peppers that have just been julienned a little bit. I've got a little bit of fresh ginger going in. some fresh garlic, and a little bit of scallions going in as well. All right, I think we're ready to start kind of snapping this all together. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Now, when you snap, you go for height. I mean, are you like a Shaun White of pan stuff? Like, how high can you get this thing?
I mean, maybe about this high. I mean, the higher you go, the less is going to come back in the pan. So
the higher you go, the less control you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, see how high you can go there. That's about 1.5 feet.
Yeah, I don't really, see, I'm already losing a little bit. I don't want to lose any of this precious lobster.
You do another pan snap, but this time I want it to play out in slow motion so the viewers can see the technique of the snap. Stop it, Chef.
In your
Yes,
face.
yes.
I've got like a, what I started out with was a little soy sauce, and I had some citrus, a little sesame oil, some more fresh ginger, and then basically I thickened it up with a cornstarch slurry. All right. And then I'm just gonna finish with just a little bit of cilantro.
Oh.
All right, it's time to plate up. I got my spoon. I've got a little brown rice here. You can use white rice if you like, but I prefer to eat brown rice, so that's what we're gonna use today. I'm just gonna put a little bit down.
And that's just to soak it all up, right? I mean, just gives you a nice little landing pad there.
Yep. Beautiful big chunks of lobster.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just gonna put a little bit of fresh cilantro on top.
You love the final touch, don't you?
And sprinkle a little sesame seeds on top of there.
He lives for this moment right here, the final touch, the dusting.
And there you have it.
Oh!
Florida spiny lobster and sweet pepper stir fry.
Dude, you knocked it out of the park. Absolutely gorgeous presentation.
So for this recipe and many more,
go to howtodoflorida.com. Oh boy.
Bam!
Coming up next, we'll explore the free-spirited and somewhat quirky arts and culture found throughout the Florida Keys.
Without a doubt, this has been the ultimate road trip across the Florida Keys. Maybe it's the way the light reflects off the water to pop the colors of the landscape. Or maybe it's the cool breeze and the salty, sweet air. The Keys' colorful heritage of art and culture has attracted writers, artists, and musicians and performers from all over the world. In the Florida Keys, artists and artisans are as plentiful as palm trees and key lime pie.
I love being here in the Florida Keys. I'm very inspired by everything that I see. The water, the trees, the flowers.
Acrylic on coconut, only in the Florida Keys. Old Key West is kept alive through a large collection of museums, including the Mel Fisher Maritime Museum, which showcases one of the greatest sunken treasures ever discovered, the famous shipwreck of the Atocha. The ruby red high-heeled shoe that drops at midnight on New Year's Eve from Bourbon Street Pub on Duval Street kicks off a year of non-stop celebrations. From seafood festivals to street parties to music festivals and art shows, the ongoing festivals capture the bohemian spirit that define the Florida Keys. I hope you've enjoyed this amazing road trip across the Florida Keys. Well, that's our show. I hope you learned something, but more importantly, I hope you feel encouraged to get out and do Florida.
For more info on this episode, go to howtodoflorida.com, where you'll find bonus how-to videos and all of Chef Justin's yummy recipes. And be sure to check out our Do Florida page, which is our giant list of events and activities all over the Sunshine State. Yeah, you should check it out.
Been following us all day long. Groupies. How to Do Florida groupies over there. For more information on catching and cooking pelican, go to our website. Keyword, pelican.
Arr!
Florida, all across the state. Teaching people what to do because the state is great.
That's great.
Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yes.